guys, so I have this word. It's a very quick word. It's not long. I was debating whether I should wait till tomorrow to give it to you guys, and it's so crazy because I'm like, okay, I'll wait till tomorrow, and then I actually forgot about the word, and then just now I was reminded of it again. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just say something today. But your mockers, if they're not already going through a hard time, they're going to go through a hard time. They're going to go through a hard time. Reason being is because your mockers gave you a hard time. And the thing about it is some of your mockers, they knew there was something different about you, but they didn't know that you were anointed. They didn't know that God had a purpose for you. They didn't know that your mission was important, but they knew you were different. And sometimes people don't know any better. They may see someone that doesn't have something and they may look down upon them because they don't have something. Let me give you an example. There may be someone that mocked you because you didn't have education. And then later on you go to university and you get a better job than they did. Or they may be someone that mocked you because they may say you're done, so you're stupid. And they may use their degrees to throw in your face. Well, I have a PhD, or I have this, or I have that. Try to make you feel low about yourself. And then later on, you become a 6-figure business owner. You make more than them. And they have a degree. Or you may be someone that doesn't have children. And someone may mock you and say, you don't have children. You get what I'm saying? And later on, you end up having children and getting married. And they're getting divorced. And now they're a single parent. You may be someone that didn't get married, and someone may mock you and say, you know, haha, you don't have a husband or you don't have a wife, and try to make you feel low because you don't have a husband and have a wife. But then later on, they're going through marital issues, and you found your Prince Charming or you found your Queen. You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why God always tells us, no matter what position you're in, whether you're doing good or bad, it's always good to be humble. It's always good to be humble. And it's never good to look down upon someone because they don't have something or they don't have what you have. And God said your mockers are going through a hard time or they're about to go through a hard time. It's not that God wants to punish them and all of that. God wants to teach them. This is going to teach them a lesson. This is going to help them receive wisdom. Sometimes God has to take you from the top and put you in a humbling position for you to reflect, for you to think back at a time where when you were at the top, you put that person down. For you to reflect and think back to a time where you compared yourself to someone and made someone feel low. Sometimes God has to put you in a position to where you can reflect and appreciate, and you can see where the person you mocked, you can see what they've been through. You can understand their struggle. You can understand their pain. You can understand what they're going through. And you can see things differently. And then God can take you back to where you used to be. Or He may give you something greater. Like, I think his name was Nebuchadnezzar in Daniel 4. Remember how he went to all these different people, astrology, psychics, and tried to get all these people to interpret things for him, but Daniel was the only person who was able to interpret it correctly because he was hearing directly from God. And then the king had to lose everything. He had to be humbled, started serving God, and then God gave him back everything 10 times more, right? So your mockers who are going through a hard time, or the ones that are going to be going through a hard time, it's not that God is trying to put them in a position for them to suffer. God is putting them in a position that they're not used to, and it's just to humble them. It's just to teach them wisdom. You know, and it's crazy because a lot of the people that look down upon you, that made you feel low, some of you guys right now, you're surpassing them. Some of you guys right now, or not right now, but upcoming season, you're going to be surpassing them. You're going to be looking at them on the way up, and they're going to look up and see you surpassing them, and they're going to reflect back to a time where they put you down, reflect back to a time where they low-key shaded you, reflect back to a time where they wish negativity on you. They're going to reflect back to a time when they should have humbled themselves. And when God does this, this is a very important thing that he wanted me to tell you guys. When he does this, do not boast. It talks about this in Proverbs. Do not boast when your enemy is going through trials and tribulations, or the same trials and tribulations you went through. Do not boast, or do not say, how does it feel, or ha ha, or I told you so. Do not boast, because you know better than that. If anything, just pray for them, and pray that they can get through these hard times like when you had to get through these hard times. Pray that, you know, it's not going to be as hard as what you had to go through. Or pray, not even pray that, because you don't want to pray against God, what God's trying to do, but pray that they can survive through it. Pray that, God, I hope that they can survive through it, and I hope they can receive the wisdom and knowledge like I did, so they can turn a new leaf over, so they can start honoring you, so they can learn, and it can teach them the importance of looking out for other people, the importance of treating people the way you want to be treated, the importance of not looking down upon someone because they're not at their level. Never look down upon someone because they're not at your level. Never look down on people, because next week it could be you, next month it could be you, next year it could be you. And the very people that you may look down upon are the very people that God may use to help you, are the very people that are going to change the world, change lives. And guess what? It's embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to think back to the very person you put down as the very person that God is using. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just here to give you the confirmation that your mockers, if they're not already going through a difficult time, they will be going through a difficult time. And they're going to reflect back to you. They're going to reflect back to how they treated you. Okay? Has to give you the confirmation. Love you guys. Bye.